too sexy for my TARDIS. Too sexy. Wait a minute, I don't have a TARDIS, but I know someone who is too sexy for his TARDIS, and we've got the details. Do you want to watch first-run movies in your home? It'll only set you back about $35,000, so cash in that IRS return check. Hubble has discovered a new heavenly body, and it may require a Secret Service escort. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Plus, we've got the latest multiverse news and a lot more, and that's all coming up on today's Slice.
Covering all the news from every dark corner of the universe. SliceofSciFi.com.
Hey, welcome everyone to another Slice of Sci-Fi. I'm Michael Armenenge.
I'm Ben Raggington.
Megan's here choking on her words.
I am Noah Richmond.
I'm Keith Lane.
Awesome. Let's get to some news.
Your news team is next.
Yes, they are, and they got lots of news.
Well, if anybody wants to host a screening of Jurassic Park 3D in your home, here's the way to do it.
Okay.
Apparently, there is a service being offered by Prima Cinema to consumers who have the cashola and any kind of desire to see the latest Hollywood releases in their home. For the really economical bargain price of $35,000, you get a digital box that allows films to be streamed safely over the internet. I don't know. That, to me, that already smells of disaster. Oh, and after dropping the $35,000, then it's only just $500 for each film. Hey,
wow.
What could be harder?
That's amazing.
And then, just to make it more fun, it can only be viewed once over a 24-hour period. So this sounds like a real winning deal to me.
No.
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 Not really. I don't know.
Unless you're allowed to charge for those movies.
Well, yeah, there you go. Now, if you could have private screenings in your house, then you can basically charge tickets.
Ooh,
Yeah,
sure.
that-
That kind
There
of
we
brings to
go.
the whole issue of the copyright laws and, making a profit.
Well, you
Right.
have your own movie theater.
Yeah,
and movie
they-
theaters get to charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing is how much would it cost to just get the licenses to just
Well,
film it as
it could be other things. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetary. It could be the barter system. You bring the beluga, somebody else brings over the
Booze. Yeah.
booze, whatever.
There's got to be some way
You
to
could do
charge
the
for it.
Bitcoin thing.
The Bitcoin thing?
Yeah.
Ooh, there you go.
There's a thought. Well, Universal so far is the only major Hollywood studio that is going to make any of their titles available. And that does include Jurassic Park and Tom Cruise's upcoming movie, Oblivion. So, Mike, I just want to know, because you've got this nice little system that you're building up into the living room here.
Yeah, there you go.
Is $35,500 worth removing the annoying distraction of having that snot-nosed kid kicking the back of your seat behind you whenever you're in a theater?
No.
I'm thinking.
He's thinking.
Give me a moment. No.
No, I didn't think
No,
so.
I don't think
No,
so. No.
I didn't think so.
You could pay that much to have that kid killed.
Nice one, Megan. Bring it around to the dark side. I love
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I know, that was too dark. I'm sorry.
We're all kind of reeling on that one.
Would you please get J.J. Abrams on the phone, Keith? Let him know that actor Seth Green
I didn't know you had his number.
I didn't either.
I don't.
Oh, well, then forget it. Let's on to the next item.
But no, I want to know what you were going to say.
Actor Seth Green is ready, willing, and eager to be part of the next Star Wars movie.
Really?
Yeah, Green tells Esquire that he's mentioned the idea to Lucasfilm head
I've heard
Kathleen
this.
Kennedy. And here is a quote from Green. I wouldn't pitch a specific character.
Of
But-
course not.
I've definitely mentioned to Kathleen Kennedy that if there was anything that seemed organically reasonable to put me in any of these movies, this would be the only time she'd hear me ask.
Wow.
Well,
I can see him as a cameo.
Well, I was thinking, as long as he gets to play a stormtrooper that dies in the first 5 seconds.
He would be so short as a stormtrooper. All the other ones would be like this, and
And
he'd be like
so
this.
was Luke. What's the point?
I know, it'd be awesome.
But no. Do more robot chicken, dude.
Right,
Please.
that was exactly my thought. You just incorporate robot chicken into like
He could be a chicken alien.
Alien.
Well, if that's the case, then he's got to make George Lucas actually appear in Star Wars himself too.
From the planet Cluck.
Dude, he could be a droid chicken.
A droid.
Droid chicken?
Chicken droid.
Chicken droid.
I don't know. Whatever.
Oh boy.
Moving on.
Well-
I've that's making my brain
I
hurt.
know. The original director for Doctor Who is Waris Hussein, and he believes that since Doctor Who came back, compliments of Russell T Davies and Stephen Moffat, that the Doctor has become just a little bit too, shall we say, sexy?
Okay.
In a radio interview, Hussein said that he thought the appeal of the Doctor in the classic episodes was you never quite knew about him, and there was a mystery and unavailability about him. Now I've just had a certain rebirth, and another girl has joined us, a companion. She actually snogged him. Why
Wow.
bring in this element when, in fact, you needn't have it there? So, well, I kind of get what he's saying there, but at the same time, there's that other part of me that's wondering, could he be channeling his inner Mary Whitehouse? And I'm kind of wondering if anybody knows what that reference is all about. Okay, look at well, Mary Whitehouse, for anybody who doesn't know, she was an activist in London, and when the Tom Baker classic series Deadly Assassin aired, she screamed to high heaven because of the violence, and she just became this huge advocate, a very annoying one, about trying to clean up TV, make things more palatable for children, because Doctor Who had been considered to be a family show. So,
Well, I've heard this so many times that the Doctor Who is a kids movie, kids show. It was always designed to be children's television and so forth. But that's that was the old tropes of sci-fi only being for kids, that no adult would actually want to watch sci-fi. It's that stodgy old idea that's been hanging on.
yeah, well,
forever.
that's been proven to be completely rubbish.
Oh, absolutely.
And go ahead.
Well, I say, that being said, I don't know. I have to admit, I myself am a little on both sides of this one, because I like what they've done with the reboot, but I have to admit, I was a little disappointed when they rebooted when Matt Smith came on, and I realized they had talked about going with somebody older, and Matt Smith was just so good for the role that they decided they had to grab him. But I do kind of miss the Doctor being this sort of
Almost like an elder statesman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my same thought too. I
Yeah.
mean, Keith and I have been rewatching the John Pertwee episodes and enjoying, and then Hickerson and I, we've reviewed 2 William Hartnell episodes. We reviewed Patrick Troughton. We're about to review a second John Pertwee episode. So yeah, we really enjoy. I love the elder statesman Doctor, and I kind of miss it. So I kind of get what Waris Hussein is saying. So of course, the series has changed over the course of the last 50 years. But does anybody think that maybe fusing sexy into the Doctor is good, bad, or do you just want to have a cigarette and think about it for a minute?
How about this one?
Nice.
Well, there is going to be a nice little film festival coming up in July. It's the Prescott Film Festival. It's in July 24th through the 31st. But in just a couple of weeks, we have the SciFi Mini Fest, which is part of the Prescott Film Festival. And you can check out our interview with Festival Director Helen Stevenson and Yavapai College Vice President Clint Ewell for more background and details on the festival and the mini-fest at sliceofsci-fi.tv. There is a contest. We are asking for our Slice viewers to dress up in their best cosplay, because on Friday night there is supposed to be a Space Jam dance, and no, it's not. They're not gonna look like
Michael Jordan.
none of that. No Michael Jordan bit.
No Acme jerseys.
No, none of that.
Aw.
That's sad.
No, so we're just asking for people to dress up in their best costumes, as if you were going to be attending the Space Jam dance.
I'm sure if you wanted to dress up
That's
as
true.
Bugs
There
Bunny,
better be
they-
one group that dresses that way.
I'm
is
sure
all
there
I'm
is.
saying.
I'm sure there's got to be somebody who's going to do it.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah, somebody's got to figure it out.
So just make a video, and if you can't make a video, then dancing, then at least take a photo of it and send it to both Summer at Slice. Oh boy, let me try that again. Send it to Summer Brooks at sliceofsci.com. Boy, I'm really jumbling that one today. Sorry. and also to Laith, and that's Lith at Laith. Thank you. At /sci-fi.com. It's been a long day.
There's too many
people.
sibilants and L's in there.
I know.
That's right. It's words and letters
I know.
and these letters.
We're
things.
tired. It's been a long day.
It's
Anyway,
a slippery slope.
It is.
the winners will be selected on Wednesday, April 17th. Laith and Summer will both be picking the two winners, but please, if you can't be in Prescott to pick these tickets up, or then don't bother submitting your entry.
Yes, please don't.
So, sad news to follow that up. Best-selling author Ian M. Banks announced on his website that his next novel, The Quarry, will be his last.
Ooh, really?
Banks is the creator of the Culture series of novels and has been diagnosed with late-stage gallbladder cancer.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
And doctors have only given him a few months to live.
Oh, that's
Wow.
awful.
I had not heard this.
The popular author said he had withdrawn from all planned public engagements and had asked his partner Adele, quote, if she will do me the honor of becoming my widow.
Wow.
Sorry, but we find ghoulish humor helps.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Somber note there.
I know.
A bit. Well, NASA's Hubble telescope, a little bit of science news here, has found a new supernova that exploded over 10 billion years ago. Now, this is a big deal because the previous record for farthest supernova was only 35 million years earlier and found just 3 months ago by a separate team led by David Rubin of the U.S. Energy Department's Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory in California. The new discovery, supernova UDS-10 Will, is
great name.
Yeah, I like it. Is nicknamed S.N. Wilson after American President Woodrow Wilson. S.N. Wilson belongs to a special class called the Type 1A Supernovae. The discovery was part of a 3-year mission begun in 2010 to study supernovae from their earliest times to determine how they may have changed since the birth of the universe.
It's fascinating because every time we think we've seen everything, we haven't seen everything.
And that's a beautiful thing, and that's what I so love about what Hubble has been doing. Is like as they look out further and further and further, we're going deeper and deeper into the universe's past.
I wonder if they can find Lance. That's what I want.
No, because he was
find
destroyed
out.
compliments of the Omega-13.
That is true.
Covering all the news throughout time and space. This is the Multiverse News.
Good evening, I'm Lance Neutron and I'm seeking redemption. Redemption is the name of a fembot dancer at the Robo Go-Go Club. She branded her number into my skin with her eye laser, but I don't read barcode. Okay, boss is watching. Let's read the news. Astrophysicists have finally discovered the true nature of dark matter. Turns out it's comprised of couch change, homework assignments with canine teeth marks, and single unpaired socks. In a related story, red matter has been determined to consist of pure male bovine excrement. In financial news, the price of 5,000 repages of Cardassian Yamek sauce is holding steady at 100 gross of self-sealing stem bolts, which, for our Bajoran listeners, is roughly equivalent to 7 tessipates of land. And now, as part of my community service for almost getting the Earth destroyed, I will read the safety conditions report for the town of Eureka. If you're going for a walk outside, radiation suits are no longer necessary as the tachyon particles have subsided to safe levels, but you're going to want to wear a helmet due to an increase in falling space debris. Don't worry, the debris is pretty small, nothing bigger than a military satellite. Folks that work at Global Dynamics today should know that there is no need to evacuate on account of the nanoids that were reprogramming people's DNA because they are all being pushed out of the building via an expanding force field. This just in, employees of Global Dynamics are being advised to evacuate the main campus buildings due to an expanding force field crushing everything in its path. Anyone finding themselves cornered by the force field are advised to drill down 20 meters with a geosonic drill and inject themselves with an electromagnetic phase modulator serum found in any standard first aid kit. Finally, if you're hiking out by the lake cabins, you should be advised that there has been a very potent pheromone spill, and exposure may cause animalistic lust. Fargo is on the scene working on containment and has warned that any men in the area should wear a filtered respirator, but the pheromones appear to be harmless to women. That's the Eureka Safety Conditions update for the last 20 minutes. Stay tuned and see what happens in the next 20 minutes. That's all the Dracos, and we take you back to News Vista. What? What did I say? Really?
Slice of sci-fi.
God, I miss that show.
I want to live in Eureka. That's all there is to it. I just want to live there because it's never boring.
I know. I was just saying, I would totally watch a whole show that's just dedicated to Eureka News.
Yeah, of course.
It would be awesome. That's what they need to do.
Oh, no idea. A web series.
Wow, a web series.
Well, Joss Whedon, we know from some of the TV, some of the shows that he's made, especially with Dr. Horrible, he likes to work with his friends. We know we've seen it all before, and among his friends, it includes J. August Richards, whom you may remember as Gunn from the TV series Angel.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Richards and Whedon are teaming up again for the ABC pilot Marvel's Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and that follows Agent Phil Coulson, who's back from the dead, as he leads an elite team, including combat and espionage expert Grant Ward, martial arts expert Melinda May, computer hacker Sky, plus scientists Leo Fitz and Gemma Simmons. Here's the surprising thing, and I just found this out. This series has not been picked up yet by ABC.
Really?
No.
I know, crazy.
That is insane.
I'm actually shocked on that. I
Yeah.
did
I
not
am
know.
too.
Yeah, very shocking.
I'm really surprised by that.
This is a no-brainer. I mean, this is a show that I will watch instantly.
It has a
I know.
built-in audience right
Exactly.
away.
Absolutely.
I think we're waiting for the official word, and that is supposed to be on May 14th during the ABC upfront meetings with the advertisers.
If they pass on this, they're idiots. Absolute idiots. Somebody needs to swoop in and pick up the idea.
I can't believe it'll happen because ABC, they're owned by Disney. Marvel's owned by Disney.
Nobody could pick up
Right.
the idea.
I mean,
so if they don't
that's
pick it
true.
up, it wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
Well,
granted,
wow.
that being said, I was a little surprised that the Hulk series sort of went by the wayside so
That has
quickly.
a lot of troubles, though. I mean,
Yeah,
it's hard
that's
to get
had
Hulk
issues.
stuff up and running for whatever reason. But anybody who watched the Avengers would watch the Shield show,
Right.
Movie,
And
or
given
TV show.
given how popular Phil Coulson was
Right.
as a character, the idea of him being in this series would be huge.
It's awesome. I mean, he was perfect.
Yeah.
I will watch that every single week.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So remember the fable of the tortoise and the hare?
Yes.
This story has nothing to do with that.
Okay, then I'm done. Goodbye. All right. Why?
But another human is joining the cast of the rebooted Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh boy.
Actor Will Arnett has signed on for the
Oh, and I
production.
like him.
I do too. He's quirky.
Why would you do that to me?
Arnett will have a lead role in the film, though details on his role are being kept under wraps. Arnett joins Megan Fox,
Oh God.
Oh
who was cast as April O'Neil last
No.
month.
yes.
It's still
I knew that.
still uncast from the Ninja Turtles mythology are Splinter, the Turtles' sensei rat, and the villainous and masked Shredder.
Well, you might as well just get Jim Carrey in for Shredder then.
Yeah, exactly. He's perfect.
He'd be perfect for that.
He's done it. It was called Mask.
Exactly.
Arnett is not playing the Turtles' human friend Casey, another role that is yet to be cast.
Oh boy.
I don't even want to talk about this movie anymore.
I know. I'm
kinda
just
done with it.
sad with it.
Yeah,
It's just
I mean-
until they get it done and figured out. I don't want to hear any more Turtles news.
No.
Just figure it out.
I think the only reason they brought it up is because it's Will Arnett and he's kind of a name.
Yeah, and I like him. He's good.
And I thought the news was that it had already been killed, but now it's back from the grave.
Yeah.
No,
like-
you can't kill it.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's mutated into something that can't be killed.
It's a zombie turtle.
it's a zombie movie.
now that would be better. Let's Teenage Mutant Zombie
Zombie
Turtles.
Turtles.
I
There
could
we
watch
go.
that.
Food.
Now, James Cameron, some people like him, some people hate him, but there is one thing that we cannot take away from him, and that is he has been, he's a scientist.
Yeah, he is.
A lot of people may not think that. They think, oh, you've done all these movies, Terminator, what? Does it?
No,
what?
it's his best movies. The stuff that I love from
it's his
Cameron
documentaries.
is his documentaries. His under ocean stuff is fantastic.
It's amazing, and he actually was named a scientist because of his exploration of the Marianas Trench.
Yes, and it was amazing stuff. If you've not seen this IMAX film, it is incredible.
Yeah. So if you'd like to see all the men and women that made contributions to the scientific community last year and who don't have an Oscar, we posted that entire list on sliceofsci-fi.com.
Okay. Well, there you go.
One of the popular internet April Fool's jokes was that actor Idris Elba had been cast as Blake in the upcoming Blake 7 reboot.
Okay.
Now, while that wasn't true, at least not yet, we can tell you that the reboot is moving forward with Martin Campbell directing the pilot and scripts coming from Joe Polanski.
This needs to be an April Fool's joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was recently confirmed that the first season of the reboot will be 13 episodes and will be a co-production between Fremantle Media in the UK and the SciFi channel in the US.
I'm already crying in my soup.
I am too.
No word yet on when production will begin or when we can look forward to the series airing.
You know, the thing that really gets me about this is that, okay, when you look at Blake 7, yes, it is very dated. The effects are very cheesy. The sets are cardboard and styrofoam. But for its day, it was as perfect as a series could possibly be.
Absolutely.
And I really think that trying to do a reboot on that, it would just take away from the overall Blake 7 mythology, then add to it.
Wow. Let's do a flight test, Land.
Good evening, Slicer. Sean Members with your
News from Flight Test Land.
Look up at the sky. Is that a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Spaceship Two. That's right. VSS Enterprise is taken to the skies again in a drop test from high altitude, clearing the envelope of the stability issues they had in previous drop tests. They've had the glide and drop test was successful with a successful landing, clearing the envelope for powered flight tests later this year. And you can bet I will be there for that. Also, at Air Force Test Pilot School, their latest class, called call sign HAVE 2, have completed testing on the latest automated aircraft collision detection and avoidance system. This is an automatic system that will be installed on F-16s in order for when doing formation flying to prevent them from accidentally colliding with each other. Very important for long-range flights where multiple aircraft will fly in formation for a long period of time. This technology will also eventually be transposed into civilian aircraft, especially larger aircraft, in order to prevent collisions there. Very important, a very important safety system, and I can't wait to see it put into use. Sean Birds out.
Very, very cool, Sean. Awesome. And, we actually had a big event that happened today. Or was it yesterday or today?
It was today.
This morning.
This morning,
3:46.
yes. And we actually
3:46
have some pretty cool news from our
Suspicious
observer. Absolutely.
Suspicious
Let's watch that, and we'll kind of wrap this show up.
Good morning, folks. Been a while since we got some more Starwater news. This time, it falls from Saturn's rings, with a confirmed electromagnetic connection between their descent from the rings to the higher latitude rain zones we might not expect to see. Downgrade fest last night at the USGS. Every agency on Earth rang it up as a 6.1 out of the Philippines, but the USGS is downgraded to 5.8. Also had a mid-5-pointer in Honduras. 2 buoys in event mode. One off the Jersey coastline is likely just some moderate rogue waves, as the deviation is minor. But in Alaska, very doubtful this is accurate. A 120-foot swing in the sea level is the kind of thing nearby ships and coastlines tend to notice. This buoy has been doing this for weeks. Imelda on the left, Victoria on the right. Imelda is the most powerful storm on the planet right now, and the islands east of Madagascar are probably not happy. Victoria will get some rain to southwest Australia tonight and tomorrow, but the big storming is still in the northeast. Southern New Zealand about to get another Antarctic chill. Europe has a few lows and a few more weather alarms, but not on this map is former Soviet Georgia, taking the worst of it with 8 to 10 centimeters of hail in about 25 minutes that destroyed nearly every local crop and damaged almost every building structure. In the U.S., 2 all-time snow records set by the current storm. If you come look at the past week, month, the records have been in precipitation and cold, and yes, that factors in the winter season. U.S. watch zone did not disappoint last night. Tornadoes dropped, semis overturned, buildings damaged, significant hail, flash flooding, widespread lightning. And that's all before I went to sleep. This is Strike Star, by the way, and it's awesome. The affected area is enormous and will only grow this evening as the powerful low counterclockwise forcing divided at the blue line creates the opposing air mass convergence. The meeting of different moisture, temperature, and electric potential is what causes the clouds to explode out along the leading edge and the reason it always follows that convergence. The severe weather and flooding risks are pretty much coast to coast today as we do have that next rain and snowmaker headed to the Rockies. If you see color where you live, you got a weather watch. Now this is minor radio signal degradation in the D region of the ionosphere as energy began cooking our upper atmosphere from this, the first major flare facing Earth in a very long time. An M6.5 solar flare ripped out of the active region we were most concerned with yesterday as the first and best reversed polarity candidate of the cycle. I believe it should be obvious that a CME was produced in Earth's direction, but let's do this by the book. Soho Lasco C2 is updated, filming from Earth, ejecta visible in all directions leaving the sun. We call it a halo eruption, and it's a good sign that a blast is headed our way. You must also use the stereo spacecraft A and B. You can see that as B looks at the sun, the Earth would be off to the right. In that frame we see plasma coming in Earth's direction. Earth is off to the left in the other image from stereo A. Dead certain impact. Enlil spirals not yet updated. Well, let's come look at the sunspots starting in the bottom left. These sunspots grew up before our eyes and are starting to mix charges out front. Top right, we have a traditional spreading region but thick, dense, and magnetically mixing in the middle. Lastly, our M flare maker, decaying a bit after the blast but still showing that reverse leading blue polarity when it should be red negative. Still waiting for the speediest solar wind stream particles. Keep an eye as the yellow speed rises today. We absolutely have another, this CME, on its way to Earth. Check the Enlil spirals and the CME arrival prediction time on ISWA when they update. Last 2 days of the uptick watch, eyes open. No fear, it's 6:35 a.m. Eastern Time, and that's the news. Be safe, everyone.
I am absolutely understanding that more and more every single week.
That's making a lot of sense.
It is. The more I watch this, the better it gets.
Yeah.
I am absolutely just loving this little bit that we're doing here, and that flare was incredible.
It was, and
so pretty.
As he said in the past, these solar flares, they're very good for atmospheric expansion.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I got one little last thing here. SciFi just had their upfronts, and I'm not going to go through everything that they talked about, but there are a couple of things that are worth noticing here. One of them is they are working on, hold on to your hat, Megan, an Untitled Booster Gold project.
Really?
Yes. Yes, on
Hmm.
SciFi. It's based on the best-selling DC comic, and this is the story of a washed-up athlete from the future who travels back to the present in hopes of becoming the greatest superhero of all time, but instead of chasing criminals, his main priority is chasing fame and money. Booster Gold discovers that being a hero takes more than just having a megawatt smile. So he's got that. The other thing that has me really excited, though, is they're actually going to be doing some adaptations of classic sci-fi books.
Really?
One of them is, and they're going to be tackling Arthur C. Clarke's A Childhood's End.
No, really?
Wow.
Yes, but the one that I'm like, I orgasmed over, sorry, quite literally, was Larry Niven's Ringworld.
Really?
Yes. Anytime that you're going to start trying to film anything from Larry Niven's known universe, it's something that I'm just going to totally geek out over. So those are some of the things that they're going to be working on for the upcoming year.
Yeah, and do you trust SciFi with it, though?
We shall see.
Well,
Depends
their
on who's doing
miniseries stuff has actually been very good.
Yes, it truly
When they
has.
do
If
the
we forget
miniseries.
about Earthsea.
Okay.
Yep.
I see. So they're canceling. They canceled alphas, but they're going to do Booster Gold.
Okay, you know what? I don't care what you say.
And there it is.
There it is, and that's the news, folks. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. The numbers, 206-339-TREK. That's 206-339-8735. Go to the website, sliceofsci-fi.com, sliceofsci-fi.tv. Find us on Facebook. Find us on Twitter. We'll see you in a couple days.